Mi gente, ¿cómo estamos? It is almost Christmas time, so you know what that means in a Puerto Rican household. It's time for Coquito. These are all the ingredients you use for it. You have Don Q, coconut milk, sweetened condensed milk, evaporated milk, cream of coconut, cinnamon, vanilla extract, and here's the main key, nutmeg. This honestly makes the coquito to me. Y mira, if you like ground nutmeg, go for it. I'm a snob, so I gotta grate it myself into the coquito. These are the dimensions. You want 2 cans of evaporated milk, nutmeg, 1 can of sweetened condensed milk, 1 can each of coconut milk and cream of coconut, cinnamon, and vanilla. This will make 1 batch for you. Don't forget the main ingredient. Without this, coquito's just not the same. Now that you have all the dimensions, just put that shit together. Okay, now that you have all your ingredients, make sure you just put them all in a blender. Now, I don't have a big enough blender, so I have to work in batches. So I have 1 batch here, and then I have my second batch. Once I do that, then whatever cinnamon you want, I always just add like, squeeze it like the Danos guy, and I squeeze it like 5 or 6 times. Your vanilla extract, that's all I got. So toma, ahí mismo. And then, like I said, your nutmeg. That's the way to do it. Grab yourself a piece. Grab a microplane and be super careful, please. This will rip a piece of your finger off. And then just grate it as much as you want. But the nutmeg is the smell that you smell. A lot of people think it's the rum, but it's not. It's the nutmeg. So just grate that in there as much as you can. And I always grate at least a quarter of the actual nutmeg in there. Now, one of the things I tend to do is I tend to make a little bit of a virgin batch. So I always make sure I have some. Yeah, this is for the people that don't like the rum. There's not very many people that don't like rum, but you gotta make sure you got both, you know. You gotta please everybody. Before you add your rum, make sure that you toast. So it's pa arriba, pa abajo, pa el centro, y pa dentro. That good, baby. Don Q. Once you've done that, add it right to your coquito. It's really your choice how much you want to add. Because I made a full batch, I typically tend to add about that much. Make sure you mix it one more time. The last thing I do is an added touch. I take what's in the can for the sweetened condensed milk and I put it on the outside of the rim, just like this. Just on the outside, you know. You don't have to be fancy. Do it with your finger. It's fine. You know, just make sure it's all out there. Make sure you have it all on the outside of the rim there. Así mismo. And then take some toasted coconut. So it looks like that. Alright, the last thing you do once you have it poured inside your glass with a little bit of ice so you can have your taster, make sure you add a little bit of nutmeg on top. Y después, otra vez, pa arriba, pa abajo, pa el centro y pa dentro. Yeah. Felicidades a todos.